I don't know how you work this thing. I'm trying here. It is 2024, back with you. Yes, this month is a little bit rocky as far as being really busy. So I do apologize. This will be a little bit of a spotty month for kicking off 2024. But, all right, here's your comments. I did miss them, so we're going to have to go ahead and read them for you. Alrighty, here we go. Your comments from the show 14 days ago. Like I said, sorry, the month of January this year is off to a very busy start. So, okay, here we go. American Heritage comments, great video as usual. That gun I can't believe I own is a first issue Colt Detective special with a square butt from 1931. Let me see. Hang on. I'm trying to get this connection to work here. Okay, I've been watching your channel for years. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Those of you that have been hung out with me for years here on the channel, do appreciate that. I have to say I've never met or seen someone who shares such similar tastes in firearms. I always know I'm going to love whatever video I click on. Thank you. You have inspired me to start my own channel showcasing my snub revolvers along with other American classics. I am thrilled to hear that. Thank you. That's really cool. You know, I've always been kind of like, wow, I've inspired somebody to do something. That's really cool. I mean, never would have thought something like that would ever be said. That is really neat. I do appreciate that. That's cool. All right, Joe P. Swig of coffee for Joe with the special mug. Whenever you bring out the Woodsman, it reminds me that the bottom of my safe somewhere is an Iver Johnson Trailsman 22, which I assume is intended to copy the Woodsman as they look exactly alike. Great shooter and will feed any kind of ammo without issue. That is a golden oldie right there. I have not seen a Iver Johnson Trailsman. You've got something I've never seen, which is probably everybody's got something I've never seen. I haven't seen a whole lot out there. Yeah, that's really neat. I'll have to check out what a Trailsman looks like. I've always liked those old 22s like that. Something neat about them. And as a fan of a lot of old mob movies, I can't help but like Woodsmans and Mark IIs and stuff like that. And, the High Standard HD military, as you notice, we have some really cool, awesome little diagram things, replicas in the background, courtesy of a really good friend of mine that got them here for me. So, got them for me for the show, for background. Really cool stuff. All right, Sean, a couple of beautiful Colts you have there. The Huntsman looks like my Ruger Mark II. I wonder what the similarities and differences are. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, it's a Woodsman. The Huntsman is another one of their guns. I used to have a Huntsman. I got rid of it. I had a couple. Actually, I had a couple Woodsmans and a Huntsman, and I got rid of most of all of them except for that shorty that I got still. When you actually push up in the back where I guess the mainspring housing would be, you can see in a sense where the Mark II kind of got its thoughts and ideas from. So you can see there is a little bit difference. Personally, I like the Mark II just because it's pretty inexpensive. It's a tank and it's really cool the way it was made and everything, and I like just how inexpensive they are, and they work and they're cool looking and they're vintage. All right, Slimfire, morning JW. One thing I can say is you certainly know your 1911s. I hope you have a happy New Year, Slim. Well, I appreciate that. I certainly I don't feel like I know 1911s very well. I just know that they are my favorite pistol, and I spend a lot of time screwing around with them and doing a lot of screwing up. All right, Jeffrey Richardson, love the Freddy sweater. I actually have it on again, but it's under the another coat because it has been cold out here. Even out here But then again, January is always the coldest month here. All right. Says Woodsman series. Yes, the old Woodsman series. The Crazy Scotsman. Yes, sir. Knowing the market and when to jump on something is a big part of being a collector. I have one. I've only had one. The Model 29-1 escaped me with the paper's original presentation box. Everything price was right. Everything price was right for it above the regular guy like me that could afford 4 years back. Still kicking myself, but what do you do, right? I mean, yeah, there's stuff that I wish I would have snagged up, but hey, you can't get them all. But yeah, that's knowing the market, knowing, okay, how much are these things? How much are they going for? Where are they lying with the market? And when you see something and it's the certain price, and I mean, and there again, it's having the knowledge and the awareness that's saying, hey, those are normally way more than that. I have the money, I should do that. I should get one, because if I only talk about wishing I had one or could get one, then I'll never have one. So I'm going to snag that up right now. Tin Man, beautiful Carbonia blue Colt. Yes, that is the most desired of the 3 different issues. I did think so. I did remember hearing about that out of the 3. And of course, and there is that the tier 3 or the 3-tier level of the first 2, like I said, they're gold embellished ones, which have no interest in me. The only thing would be the tier 3 or the one like it. The Carbonia blue doesn't have anything to do with the anniversary models. It's just the replica of the 1918 model, which is really neat. All right. Hungarian Hillbilly, good morning, Bat Jack. Have you seen the new Colt Python Combat Elite revolver? I have seen it. I have not. I've not held one. From what I understand, it's got the cylinder doesn't have the flutes on it. And it's got some different grips on it or something that I've read on it. So it looks really slick. I'm glad they're doing more things with the Python. I really am. Anytime a company, that jumps on stuff like that to do you do those type of things. I love it. I love because it helps us, people that are interested in the market or wanting to get stuff like that. It helps us, get the ability to do so, and it helps calm the prices down. But it looks neat. I love the take on it. But I mean, I guess I'm a little bit old school because I would want. It's kind of a Python, like if they were going to mod the Python, I guess, modify it or something. So that's what it looks like to me. I'm a bit old school, so I kind of like just the classic look. So not saying that it's not too outrageous or anything like that, but it's neat. I saw it. I'm not a big fan of unfluted cylinders. I'm not the biggest fan. All right, Arizona Ghost Riders, Happy New Year, you rogue. That's over there at Santee. And we got Kenny Poole. It's cold here in Southwest Cape Coral, Florida. 60. All right. Tom Riddleson says, GD, morning, everyone. Good morning. All right. That's all the comments we got. Okay. So, back on a couple of things, actually, that people have commented on, and the thing about being a collector and everything is knowing when to jump on something when the price is right and knowing what the price is. A lot of these things are not getting any cheaper. And when you buy things, name brands, you are still getting quality. Even though I do have gripes with certain things, I do have complaints about certain companies that is a beloved company for me, that I love what they do and everything. Like Colt. I love Colt. Colt's the coolest name out there to me. The coolest manufacturing company in the firearms, deal. The history, the heritage, where it comes from. I mean, it's almost there is something when you say the Colt 45, you know, and I mean, and I know that could mean the single action or whatnot, but to me, it means the gun that won 2 world wars, the 1911 pistol. That's my favorite of all time pistol. I pretty much, as far as for me, collecting wise, that's about it. That's what I collect. That's what I amass, is 1911 pistols. Majority of them are Colt because of the heritage and everything. I just love that. You know, there is something about when you can say, you know, you got the Colt 45, you know, the 1911, and it's got to be a 45, and it's got to be the government model, the full size, you know, the showstopper, you know, that's the one, the hungry man, you know. There's something super cool about that. I always wanted one. Back when I was not able to, you know, obtain one, and somebody was in a way kind of stopping me from getting one and everything. So I made it a point to make sure I ended up with one and get one. So, and I did. I'm glad I did. And you know, there was the one 1911 that I was told, oh, you don't want that. You're not going to be happy. You should get something else. And I let somebody talk me into getting something else, and then I wasn't happy. And when I finally did get my Colt from somebody else, I was more than thrilled. It just, you know, ended up being, you know, the best 1911 I had, you know, at the time and everything. So, yeah, they're out there, and they're really cool. I like them for the cool factor. That's with me. I don't necessarily buy things. There's very few things I buy for the fact of like. I don't go about it, and I mean, I hate to use the term because it's so generic, but I'm going to use the term anyway. It's the tactical, you know, aspect of it. Oh, because it can do this, it can hold the light, it can do all this stuff, and it looks like, you know, this and that. I mean, cool, more power to you if that's your thing. It's not my thing. I'm not that doesn't interest me. I'm not really into the plastic fantastic. I really am not. You know, all polymer guns start looking like, you know, a clone of a Glock. And speaking of Glock, it's why we have the old original 17 Gen 1 in the background here, in honor of the you know, I mean, like him or not or whatnot, I mean, he was a pioneer, and he definitely changed the market in the world. Is Gaston Glock himself, and you know, he passed away. He was 90-something years old, so you know, we definitely wanted to make sure hat tip to that, at least mention it, because yes, you know what? I'm not, like I said, I'm not really a polymer guy. Not polymer, you know, I'm not really into all the polymer firearms, but I do like the Glock 17. The Glock 17 is just a really cool, neat pistol, really. So I think it's I love how simple it is, and of course it's synonymous with a lot of films. I love the films and the hip hop culture that it's you know, got, you know, it's involved with. It's kind of a really cool, and it's in a sense it's its own movie star too. And if you can't sit there and watch U.S. Marshals all the way through without wanting one. At least you should check your pulse, because that's a cool movie. I always thought that was such a cool movie. But no, you know, these things are definitely not getting any cheaper when you're going around looking at the market and trying to find stuff. And you really do. You have to get out there and look around and really start, you know, hammering the pavement and try to find these things. They're not going to come walking up to you. They really are not. They just, you know, you can sit around and wait till you die before, you know, any of these are going to just come up and just say, here I am. Yeah, you can take me home now. I realized that very early on. I realized that was not going to happen. And so I said, well, how am I going to be able to do this and get involved in all this stuff and you know, obtain some things? So I work these jobs that's what they deal with, and you know, that's ended up what I ended up doing for a number of years, many years, being around it and immersed into it. So Of course, my occupation has changed now. It's much different. So not too much different, but still I still have one pinky in the pond, you could say. I still and the other thing too is I made it a point to go out and make connections. Know people out there. Don't just be the a-hole and just be a jerk or a narcissist or whatever, that just walk around and just be like a high school bully or something like that. Get to know people, get to know who's in the business and what kind of and I have my list of places I would go and people I know that if I want certain things, I know where I'm going to go hit them up and see if they got one, because the chances of these people having one is much more greater. I'm going to say, oh, okay, that they got one. Okay, I'm going to I know where to go to get one of these. And usually, and also the other perk with that is, and I don't expect it, but it does, it does, they throw you a bone. I don't ever go in there expecting that, but I understand that their numbers are right there, and but if they want to throw you a bone on the price, they will, and so there's always that. A lot of times, I mean, for instance, too, like there's a shop that I know that I can go check out, that if I really am looking for something, that I'm pretty sure they're going to have it, and, just a matter of going there and saying, do I really want to spend the money and get it? Once again, layaway is a great thing. So, but, as my friend back home, Cody, would say, you buy once and cry once. There is that too. But looking back now, all the years that put together and did for the channel and been stuck around here for the channel, many of you have been there for a long time, many years, and it's hard to believe that, we're literally 3 months away now from being 10 years. 10 years doing this. I didn't realize there was other channels that were that I follow or look up to for their content, and I realized I didn't realize that my friends over there, B9 Beretta 9mm USA, I didn't realize that they had been doing this for like 12 years or longer or something. I didn't realize that. That's the father and son duel that's over there. By the way, I mean, best 1911 videos on YouTube, hands down. But yeah, they've been at it for like 12 years or longer. I mean, if you guys are listening, I mean, how long have you guys been doing the videos? I didn't realize that. Also, I just gotta say, the funniest video, the best awesome stuff, I couldn't believe I ran into it, which was I was watching one of their older videos, and it was they were shooting the Mossberg Shockwave or something. They had it in 20, and Beretta Senior was in the sticks shooting it, trying to shoot it. You could tell these guys have a good time. That is the key to a lot of this. You got to have a good time. I've been there many times in the past when we used to make range videos and other type of videos like that. My buddy Scotty would just like, hey, let's do this. We come up with all this stuff to do. It was a riot. We had a ton of fun doing that. Looking back at a lot of that stuff. I know things have changed for the channel. We changed what we do, and pretty much this show is what we do right now, and that's it. I not going to do anything. I think a lot of those other videos are a thing of a past for me. But I'm still here doing the radio show, and I enjoy doing the show. It's a lot more for me. They're easier going. It's more relaxing to do, and I mean, really, there's so many other channels, great channels out there that do review content so much better, 100 billion times better. I mean, I can name so many of them. Gun Enthusiast, Trees of Blowing, or also known now as TAB Videos. Beretta 9mm USA. I mean, that guy's like the king of 1911 content out there. There's so much of these channels that are out there that have done great stuff. I can't remember because he's changed his name a few times, but he used to be like Muzzle Blast 1911 or something. He's I think he's out in Tennessee. Another great channel that that I remember that was kicking around. I think he's still kicking around videos and stuff like that. But these guys just offer phenomenal content that they're really going good, and I really like these. The people that are. In the end, they're out there entertaining us, entertaining me, and all that. And that's what it is. At the end of the day, it's entertainment, it's fun. I never considered myself, I never would have looked at myself as a gun tuber or a gun reviewer. I don't know what that is. It's not something I want to do. I didn't do this for... I didn't want to do this because it was going to be like a job or something, or make a living at this. That's just like not even possible. So, I don't know. And then, it's crazy because even I remember way back. Way back when I first was really making a lot of videos. I was doing a lot of content videos, and I had somebody actually steal all the content. Like they copied all the videos and made their own channel out of my videos. And I was sitting there scratching my head afterwards, thinking to myself, why would you do that? Why would you copy somebody else's videos? And in a way, like I started to think about this, but I'm like, no, that can't be. Who would actually think there's any kind of value in my videos? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, they're not very good. But it's like, and then it kind of gets me to like, what? All in all, in that, and it's happened so much. It has happened out there in this crazy land of YouTube. It has happened so much that where people just, it's like they're so like, I guess, hell bent on being a YouTube star or something, which I don't understand. It's like I don't get that. I'm nobody. I'm absolutely nobody. I just somebody that decided to do this because I love the old stuff and I was sick and tired of seeing AR-15s and Glocks everywhere. And that's the honest truth. I thought, well, I like all this old stuff because I like all these old movies. There's got to be somebody else that likes it too. But looking at that, it's like, come on, man. You gotta try to make a name for yourself by stealing somebody else's content or trying to like berate them in some way or something like that because it might gain, like, it's the same thing as like, you make some whacked out accusations or whacked out videos bashing somebody that's got some sort of following out there, and so you're trying to ride on their coattails by doing this. Like, seriously, it's insane. The madness of it, and that is, and a lot of stuff like that, and the negative comments and all that. As you get them, and it's the nature of doing this. It's another reason. It's one of the reasons, not the entire reason, but it's another reasons why I quit doing the review videos. If you want to call them review videos, it's another reason I just quit doing that stuff too. It's just, I'm not gonna be in that game. I'm not gonna be in that just silliness of it all. And I don't have time for that. And pretty much it got to the point where too, like, I've hit the wall with it. There's nothing else I could do that I haven't already done 100 times over already. Yeah, and I just, trucking all the equipment out to a site, a range location, and getting all the cameras set up and all that kind of stuff, and trying to battle the you know, wind noise and, you know, motorcycles driving by. I mean, I got footage of a nice shooting of a 1911, but it got ruined by motorcycles driving by, you know, dirt bike riders and stuff like that. So this content will never see the light of day. I mean, I don't even have the footage anymore, but, you know, just stuff like that. But it's par for the course, you know. It's just that's what it is. If you're going to be involved in that and you're going to want to do that kind of stuff, that's what comes with the territory. I just made a decision in life to say I'm not going to do that anymore. So anyway, but no, I still I have fun with the show. That's why I like doing the show. It's fun. I interact with you. Reading your comments is really important, and I get to do different things. I mean, there's no rules really necessary with doing this kind of stuff. There's some stuff that I've been wanting to pick up from Harbor Freight. I'm a big Harbor Freight fan. Yes, I know everybody goes, they're cheap tools and whatever, but you know what? I'm not. I look at it, it's like, okay, I'm not forging, you know, I'm not forging axes or something like that. So, you know, if I'm looking at like an anvil from them, which I really like one of their anvils. It doesn't break the bank, and it works fine for what I need it for, I'm probably sure, because I'm not forging anything. Like I bought this vise from them. You can probably see it in the corner of the video here. I don't know, it's Central Machinery, you know, probably Chinese made, you know, cast, you know, metal, whatever. I don't care. It does what I needed to do, and it didn't cost me $1,000, you know, so I get it. You know, if I was doing really insane machine work and counting on my you know doing all that and getting paid hundreds of dollars for, you know, thousands of dollars for products that I'm producing or manufacturing, heck yeah, you get the best you can get. What are you doing, you know? But I'm just an adventurous Joe with a screwdriver, and this stuff suits me, and I don't know what it is. I just, you know, it's like I was talking to my good buddy, and he said, you know, he wanted a miter saw, and I was like, why? And he goes, I don't know. He goes, I'm never going to use it, but I want one. So I'm like, you know what? I can relate, because I want this anvil, and I don't know why, but I want it. It's giant. It's probably take up a whole, you know, and he and I built this table here, you know, and I love this table. I love it. You know, it's not, what I like about it is it's rustic. It's rustic. We made it for pennies. You know, we made it, we you know, spent like $100 or $70 or something like that. Not even. We put it together. Him and I put it together. Did some sanding on it. Left it, you know, pretty much. Yeah, we put some stain on it, but I left it rustic. And you know, we use it. We clean our stuff on it after range day. I've actually, you know, used some torching jobs on some stuff, and you can see a couple little burn spots from the torch or whatnot. Have you accidentally screwed something to it right here? Oh well. You know, but yeah, left it rustic, sanded it so you don't get any splinters or anything like that. The edges are you know, done up really good and everything. But that's it. That's what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted. I don't care if there's a little bit of, you know, I wanted to, you know, if oil stains, or if you're doing something, cut into it a little bit. I didn't, you know, because we looked at other benches and I'm like, God, I don't really want to spend $500, $600 on one of these things. It's not really my style. It's not what I want. So we came up with this idea, and this is like, yeah, this is what I want. This is what I was, you know, in for, you know. So one of the coolest tools that I got, honestly, I found this, probably belonged to my grandpa, because he used to be a welder. This came with me all the way from Hawaii. You actually seen this in the thumbnail on one of the previous shows. It's a block of steel. It really is. That's what it is. I got this and I shipped this all the way from Hawaii to here, to my home now. And it's a block of steel. I've been using it to hammer things. I mean, yeah, it's got divots in it, you know, from hammering things, but this is such a cool tool. It really is. I can't tell you how many times I've used this for stuff, all kinds of stuff, but it is neat. I have no idea what what it is, what it's from, like I said, it's probably from my grandpa. He used to be a welder, so he probably had it for something. So now I have it, and I took it with me all the way out here. You know, this has followed me, so I trucked it around. It's heavy. I mean, it's not, you know. And, you know, my other stuff, I just pour ballastol in a jelly jar and use an old 50-cent paintbrush deal from the hardware store. That's how I apply my stuff to clean up any of my firearms after range use. Nothing fancy, nothing you know, super tactical or anything like that. I tend to use pretty much the basic products. Although I have been using the line of Wilson Combat stuff lately. My go-to lubrication for the rails for the slide and frame has been Wilson Combat Ultima Lube 2. This is the light oil. I use the light oil because it seems to work really well and stays where you need to. The other one I would have would be the Universal. During the summertime out here, I probably use the grease because it does get scorching hot. It gets really stupid hot out here in the desert, but you know, hey, that's the name of the game. It doesn't, you know what, I may complain about it, but in the end, I love it. You know, it's a good place to call home. I love living in a state that, you know, and it's, for the most part, it's pretty, it accommodates me in every way. It's given me a lot. You know, when I moved off the island, I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but you know what, Arizona's been real good to me, and I love her. And you know what, sometimes I may complain and, you know, bitch and moan about something, but you know what, it's been, for the most part, really decent. So yeah, anyway, and you know, of course, met a really good friend, a couple really good friends out here, and you know what, and my buddy that got me these really cool, you know, schematic things here for the background, you know, basically my best friend out here, bar none. You know, really cool guy. I'll remember him for the rest of my life. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. Do appreciate you coming back around. Again, sorry for the absence. This month is going to be a little rocky. I'll you know, I'll patch some stuff together, but after this, we get over this one, we'll try to get stick with it, and who knows what kind of interesting things we'll be here unboxing and talking about. So stay tuned. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. We're out of coffee already.